Recently, I've discovered a brand new version of why are these two people getting into the ring and fighting. You may have already heard of some other videos like this, most notably, of course, like Street Beefs, World Star, Backyard Brawl, things like that. I'm not sure how this made its way to my specific view, but here we are. It is called Redneck Brawl, and I'm going to be watching and reacting to the first Redneck Brawl video on their page. Let's watch. Here we have a bunch of different things. This 100-pound war looks interesting, but big girls throw bombs. So this will be our first foray into suspect decisions.
Damn, I hate that.
It is what.
Oh, hang on. I got to turn the audio off here. I don't need commentary on this. Thanks, fellas. So we've got Benzo Brandy. Now, I don't know if this is legit, like, fight sport, or if this is some kind of, like, maybe pro wrestling style worked shoot, or if it's just a straight work. They look like they are really getting in the ring to really, well, box. Box may be a very incorrect terminology. I like her donut on her shirt sleeve, so that's cool. She's called the Tooth Fairy, according to this. Let's see if we can't move this along a little bit here. I don't really need to see the full intros of both opponents. Thanks. All right, so the bell has rung. So here we got, it's the first 5 seconds, and we're already through. Okay, all right. So, yes. This is certainly legit in that these two women or people, I don't know their pronouns, I suppose, are certainly fisticuffing. Let's continue. All right, we're looking for a semblance. Okay, so we've got some attempts at drunken boxing. They're mostly just patty caking each other, and now that's a headlock. Hang on, the referee, God bless him, is trying to restart the fight. Benzo doesn't look terribly excited to get back into this. Neither of these two participants appear to have an iota of an idea of how to actually do any boxing whatsoever. Not surprising on Redneck Brawl, I suppose. But for the record, I'm going to pause this real quick. For the record, this is not a great fighting technique. That doing that's not going to do a whole lot. It would theoretically stop someone from hitting you, I suppose, but it's not going to create a lot of force, a lot of friction, I suppose, a lot of power. All right, we're coming up on the end of round 1 here, and these ladies do not look terribly excited to keep going. That's the 10-second chime. The referee, you know what? Big ups to Benzo here. Big ups to Benzo. Hang on, let me run that back real quick. I respect this. Referee breaks them up, and she says, you know what? I'm good. If she wants to hit me more, she's going to have to walk across the screen, walk across this ring, pardon me, and come to me. I'm not doing nothing. I respect the hell out of that. That is smart thinking. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna need a round. And you know what? The opponent here has also decided, yeah, you know what? I think that's good enough for round 1. I think we're square. All right, we've got ring girls. Well, heaven forbid we don't have ring girls, and they're from Hooters, as you do. All right, I don't need extra long prep time between the Hooters girls here. Let's get back to the quote-unquote fight. Now, again, credit where it's due. I think that's Daryl Hinkle's wife in the blue trunks, blue gloves. She at least has her hands almost in a true fighting position. You want to, what I do when I get set is I cock my right hand. This is my defense mechanism. This is where I block everything. And then I slide my thumb down my nose, and I'm able to see over my knuckles, and that's how I throw my jab. So there is a semblance of understanding of boxing here. Here we go, round 2. And again, we had one real attempt at a punch, and now Benzo is just bullying and using her weight and using her, I would say, oh my God, hang on. Cameraman got wiped out. We got to see that again. Watch here. I'll pause it. Left-hand side of your screen here. And the best punch of the night is going to land right here. Look at that. Look at that. This poor camera guy just sitting up there, and he's taking strays in the most literal sense. He's almost knocked off the ring. Now, again, the ladies are locked up here. I would like, we'll call her Mrs. Hinkle. I would love for Mrs. Hinkle to actually use some of her boxing, but neither of them look terribly excited to keep the party going here. Apparently jamming out to the music. The referee has lost all semblance of control. Neither of these folks appear to be terribly excited to keep throwing. Miss Hinkle there could have easily thrown a punch. Chose not. Now that's a pretty good head and arm choke. Not gonna lie, that wasn't bad. And she's saying, hey, she's choking me, ref. Oh, no, wait, no. She's saying, ref, my mouthpiece came out. And the ref is saying, thank God I'm wearing these gloves. All right, so that's the end of round 2. Not a lot of action. Not going to lie. So let's jump ahead to round 3. Yes, more girls jumping on trampolines, as those of us who used to watch The Man Show would remember. All right, so what I'm assuming is the third and final round. Let the games begin. Feeling the music again. Now, credit where it's due. Miss Hinkle is coming forward. She's throwing, again, what could be considered punches. Benzo, however, just keeps pushing her back. And now going for some sort of smother attempt. Now, wait a minute. We actually had actual punch. Hang on, I gotta show that. Watch this. This is an a great straight right hand. Okay, maybe not great. A very good straight right hand drunken boxing. That isn't even drunken boxing. That's just proper. That is a proper right hand. And I'm rewinding it 7 times because it's the only good punch we've seen. It's an attempt at a right cross, and now we're back to just pulling each other down. I thought Weebles were gonna wobble, but we don't fall down. And again, like Miss Hinkle here, she just keeps walking in. If she, instead of leading the fight with her chin, if she tried throwing out that hand before getting within hugging distance, I actually would think she'd be doing much, much better. Oof. Okay, now Benzo is definitely now throwing actual fisticuffs here. This is clearly a one-sided fight at this point. I think it always was. And that's it. I think we're done. The referee wiping the sweat from his eyes. Whoo, boy. All right, we're going to go to the decision. I would fully anticipate this being 3-0 for Miss Benzo. Again, the chocolate donut, or are those like a lip kiss? I don't know what that is. Hang on, let's see here. Is that like a Rocky Horror style lips that are sparkling and dripping? I don't know. All right, we're going to see who the winner of this quote unquote fight was. And yes, Miss Benzo gets the job done. By way of throwing. Oh my God! Oh my God! God! She gets to wear the dollar store crown. You don't get like a 5K trophy medal. Like, you know those little medals you get when you run a 5K? You don't get that. You get a literal dollar store crown. Well, I think we'll pause with this one. I think the suspect decision here, more than anything, if we wanted to do like a proper breakdown, Miss Hinkle here, she just kept walking forward, which is a good strategy, but not when you don't have anything to throw. I really think if she had actually thrown like a couple of 1s and 2s, maybe that's the appeal of Redneck Brawl, is these folks don't know what they're doing. But, oh, boy. Whew. That was fun.